I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, applied myself.
Welcome back to CTC. I'm your gracious host, Carl, and I'm back for my Friday night previews. I'm going to talk about Virginia Tech and Miami, and we're going to talk about Washington and Rutgers. So please like, comment, share, subscribe. Helps the channel, helps the network, it helps my channel, CTC, by the way, the Refuse to Lose Network. Real quick, I'm going to run down some of these shows we got real quick. We obviously have the main show every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Featuring Joe, Tomo, and Dave. Got BWT, Baseball with Teddy. Again, shout out to Teddy for the Yankees winning the AL East. We have FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. NFL and Fantasy topic show. We have RBO, Real Ballers Only, featuring Vaughn, NBA content. We got Dave's Doghouse, highlights and lowlights of sports. So you got Dave there. Kings Talk with Joe Jordan, all Sacramento Kings content through there. We have In the Red Corner, featuring featuring Ty, Ricky, and Tomo, boxing content through there. And last but certainly not least, we have Unfazed, featuring Joe and AJ. I was looking at the Unfazed link. Featuring Joe and AJ, Tuesdays, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. So far, been talking football. Pretty sure that's going to kind of change when basketball come around. They're going to be doing both, but check that out as well. But like, comment, share, subscribe, and if you like what you're listening to, stick with us. Now, I'm going to talk about the first game up today, which is Virginia Tech at Miami. Miami, they, like I said yesterday or earlier, like around like my earlier show, Miami's offense has been on fire. And they're at home taking on Virginia Tech, who's been kind of disappointing this year. Miami is favored by 17.5. Now this was as of 2 a.m, so I'm checking again just to make sure they are still favored by 7.5. Yep, they're still 17.5 point favorites, and these odds are via FanDuel. Now we're not sponsored; they're not sponsoring us, but that's just where I got the odds from. So via FanDuel. Virginia Tech coming into this game 2-2. Miami, like I said, looking very, very good, being undefeated, coming off of a big win against South Florida. So let's get into it. Oh, so one more thing, my bad. If you're new here, the way I do my previews, I do 5 keys for each team, starting with the road team. Then I give you my winner, and I explain why. So Virginia Tech, Kyron Jones has to come ready to play. I felt like the game against Vanderbilt, he wasn't ready to play. They got into the groove of the game late, and it cost them. Against Rutgers, the game, same thing. They had a slow start, ended up costing them the game. They got to come ready to play because Miami, they're fast, they're physical. Their offense, like I said, is very explosive. They're going to put up points. You got to match them. It's very few drives where you're going to have to where you can be like, all right, cool, we ain't scored, but we'll stop them. No, you got to put up points with them. Just like I said in my video before, this offense, you can't settle for threes. You need field goals. You need field goals. I mean, you can't settle for field goals. You need touchdowns. You need touchdowns against Miami. I have to get to Cam Ward. Cam Ward has been looking phenomenal. He's looking like the front runner for the Heisman. You got to put pressure on Cam Ward, flush him out, maybe even get to him. Got to sack him. Got to be physical with Miami. Yeah, you got to be able to match. You got to be able to match the physicality that Miami's going to bring to the game. If you're Virginia Tech, got to convert on third downs at a high rate. Cannot be getting off the field. Like I said, you can't take too many possessions where you don't score. You got to establish the run because that's your bread and butter if you're Virginia Tech. Your bread and butter is Kyron Jones and Bashal Tootin on the ground. That's your bread and butter if you have a chance of beating Miami. Now, if you're Miami, you got to force Virginia Tech into third and longs. Continuously forcing VTech Tech into third and long, see if Kyron Jones can continue to convert with his arm. You got to stop the run because, like I just said, that is Virginia Tech's bread and butter, running the ball. So if you're Miami, you got to stop the run, forcing them into third and longs. Get the offense the ball, whether it's turnovers, whether it's stops, turnover on downs. Just continue to get the offense the ball because that offense, like I said, they're going to light up the scoreboard. Defensively, you just got to hold your opponents. Run Damian Martinez. I am kind of shocked at the amount of carries I be seeing Damian Martinez get. Like even last week, I think he only had like 11 carries against South Florida. Yeah, he had 11 carries. Let's see. Let me go through his game log. He had 11 carries against South Florida. He had 3 carries against Ball State, but that was a blowout win. 11 carries against FAMU, blowout, and then 15 carries against Florida. That was a blowout, but Damian Martinez is a feature back in college. I don't know if the coaches are limiting his carries, thinking about the next level. I don't know if it's because they got a rotation of guys, but they got to establish Damian Martinez and pressure Kyron Jones. Get Kyron Jones off his spots. Get him, affect him in the backfield. Let's see if he can complete passes with pressure in his face. But I have Miami winning this game. Like I said, this offense has been on fire. Virginia Tech been having slow starts, and they can't do it. Virginia Tech having them slow starts killed them against Rutgers, and it killed them against Vandy, and I think it's going to kill them against Miami. Now, does Virginia Tech cover that 17.5? I would like to say they will. It's tough, but I would like to say they cover that 17.5. 17.5 is a lot of points. But it's tough. It's tough to gauge whether they cover the spread. Next, we have our second and last Friday night game tonight. Washington at Rutgers. Rutgers is favored by 1.5 at home. This game is on Fox at 8 o'clock. Washington's 3-0. Rutgers is 3-1. For Washington has the force of Kelly Agmanis interception. Kelly Agmanis was prone to throwing picks last year. He only has 1 interception on the year this year, but Washington has to make that change. Have to stop Kyle Monangai. Kyle Monangai is still the heart and soul of this Rutgers offense. Coming into the game with 457 yards in 3 games, So he's still the backbone of this Rutgers offense. Will Rogers continue to play mistake-free. So far, 8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Washington offense hasn't been looking the greatest. It has looked okay, but it hasn't looked great. Score early to take crowd out of it. Yeah, if you punch Rutgers in the mouth early, the crowd might be silenced. Momentum might go your way. So got to score early to try to have that happen. And establish Jonah Coleman because in this game, you're going to have to play good defense. It's going to be playing good defense. It's going to be clock control football. And the way the clock control is to run the ball. So you can establish Jonah Coleman playing good defense. You'll be okay. Now for Rutgers, you got to win the turnover battle because, again, Kelly Agmanis 1 interception on the year. Feel like he might throw another one. Got to create extra possessions, especially in a low-scoring game. If Kelly Agmanis throws one, you got to at least get 1 or 2 back. Ron Kyle Monangai, I already explained it. This is Rutgers' heart and soul, the backbone of their offense. Stay ahead of the change. Rutgers' offense, you cannot be off schedule. You cannot be on 2nd and 11s, 3rd and 8s, 2nd and 8s, 3rd and 10s. You got to be in 2nd and 7s, 3rd and 3s, 2nd and 6, 3rd and 3, 2nd and 5, 3rd and 1, stuff like that. Stay ahead of the change. Get off the field on third down. Do not let Washington go for drives. Do not let them go for long scoring drives. Again, the game is going to be about clock control and defense. So, got to get off the field when available and make this a low scoring game, because I don't think Rutgers is going to be able to keep pace with Washington if Washington gets going on offense. If they finally putting up like 30 points, I don't think Rutgers is going to match and put up 20 or 30 as well. So, you got to make this a low scoring game. And with that being said, Washington as dogs, I think Washington wins the game. I think Washington's been playing pretty good defense. I think their offense is better than Rutgers. Now, they are going against a good test on the defense and against Rutgers. But I think Rutgers being so one-dimensional on offense is going to kill them. I think the fact that Rutgers is going to lean so much on Cal Monunga is going to be to a detriment. Now, Cal Monunga is good enough to where you can do it. But Kelly Agamanis is going to have to make some throws, and out of question whether Kelly Agamanis is going to be able to make those throws against the way those Washington defense has been playing. I trust Will Rogers to make those throws way more than I trust Anthony Kelly Agamanis. I trust Will Rogers not to turn the ball over way more than I trust Kelly Agamanis not to turn the ball over. And Jonah Coleman is a pretty good back himself. Now, Cal Monunga, in my opinion, is the better back, but I think Jonah Coleman is a good back as well. I just trust Washington's offense more than I trust Rutgers' offense, and they both have really good defenses. So I see Washington winning a low-scoring game. So with that being said, that is my Friday night preview. I will be back tomorrow morning. Don't know what time, but it will be obviously before the game start to preview Saturday. I don't have the games written up yet that I'm previewing, but there's a lot of good football. I'm going to have the games written up obviously later tonight, but it's a lot of good football. Y'all enjoy this Friday night football. Y'all get through this Friday of work. This is my last day of work this week. Y'all get through it, whether it's your last day, whether you got work tomorrow, just get through it. But I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gone. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.